Most business owners don't realize that there is a bank right in their area that's willing to give them thousands of dollars without any hassle. The bank I'm talking about is JP Morgan Chase, and in this video, I'm going to give you a full breakdown on all the different funding options that are available to you, all the data points, and show you exactly what you need to do to get approvals without any problems. So let's head over to my computer and break everything down. All right, so we are at my computer and we are on Chase's website, and Chase is definitely one of the bigger banks in the country, and they have a lot of different options for funding your business. So we're gonna go ahead and dive into it. So looking at their credit cards, they got a lot of business credit cards, right? They have a lot of co-branded cards, which is cards that they have partnerships with, different airlines stuff and hotels, things of that nature. But we're gonna focus on their actual cards today in this video and talk about what I think you should do. And this is, what I kind of did, but also just based off of current times and what's going on, how underwriting is going. This is how I would structure a Chase funding kind of layout blueprint sort of thing. So the first card that I would get would be the Chase Business Cash. This is a great card. In my opinion, this is definitely one of the best business credit cards out right now. And at the making of this video, you're going to be able to go ahead and get $750 in cashback bonuses, and you get $350 when you spend $3,000 on purchases in the first 3 months, and then the additional $400 when you spend $6,000 on purchases in the first 6 months after account opening. So that's very good there. And then you get 10% business relationship bonus. So what this means is you're going to have the Inc. Business Cash Card plus a Chase Business Checking Account on your first card anniversary year. If you have both of those things, you'll earn a one-time 10% bonus of all eligible cashback earned in the first year. So that's a good setup as well. Now, getting to the fun stuff, this is kind of like the elevated multiplier. So you're going to earn 5% cashback on the first $25,000 spent in combined purchases at office supply stores, internet, cable, and phone services each account anniversary year. This is really good. A lot of people, their highest bills are their phone bill, their internet bill, cable bill, things like that. So that's a good category to have 5% in. Then the next category, you're going to get 2% cash back on the first $25,000 spent in combined purchases at gas stations and restaurants each account anniversary year. And then you're going to get 1% cash back on all other purchases with no limit to the amount that you can earn. All right, so that's good. We know gas is high, things like that. So getting 2% cash back is good there. And then 0% interest for the first 12 months of account opening. That is very good if you're a business owner, especially if you're a startup and you're trying to get things off the ground. You may not be profitable for the first 3 months, 6 months, even 9 months, maybe even a whole year, right? So you need to have 0% interest options available to you to be able to maximize the funding that you can get to grow and get your business off the line. So going into the application, now my personal recommendation is I don't recommend the people to apply online. It is better to go into the branch, because the bigger banks are trying to adapt this credit union model. They want to have relationships and build relationships with the business owners and the business as well to kind of understand your needs better. And I know a lot of times people are scared to go into the bank. They may have a stigma about going in, or they're just nervous. They don't want to mess up or say the wrong thing. And that is why, with our mentorship program, we do help a lot of our clients and we give them our actual banking contacts so they don't even have to go into the bank at all. So if that's something you want to learn more about, you can click the link in the pinned comment to learn more and book a call about that. So the application process, if you are going to do this online, the main things you want to focus on is this, okay? The income is really, really important. The gross annual income on the personal for you, and then also for the business. A lot of people don't realize that banks will tend to give you anywhere from 5 to 15% of what the annual income is for the business. Okay, so obviously you don't want to say anything too crazy. This is stated income. If you say some outlandish numbers, they're going to probably ask for verification on that. So that's something that you want to make sure. So before we get to the next card, if you guys are enjoying this video so far, go ahead and smash that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell for notifications so you will be notified every time I drop a new video. And the next card on the list is going to be one that I like a lot, and it pairs up really, really good with this first card we just went over. All right, so the next card on the list is going to be the Chase Business Unlimited. This is a very good card as well. At the making of this video, going to be able to go ahead and get $750 bonus cash back after you spend $6,000 on purchases in the first 3 months after account opening. All right. And then you get 1.5% cash back on every single purchase made for your business. And there's no caps on this as well. Also, you're going to get 0% interest for 12 months for this card as well. Now, what I would do personally, because you want to try to stack the 0% interest period, I would apply for this card maybe like 10 to 11 months after you got the first one. And so this is the application, same things that I was just mentioning apply with this card, making sure that that income is where it needs to be, and then also making sure your name and your NAT codes, all that stuff is not in a high risk industry. Now on to my favorite types of business funding, and that is a business line of credit. Now I'm going to tell you right now, so this form of funding is, and this is just for Chase right now, okay, they do require docs, right? I know sometimes people may say they don't, but how they get people is when you apply, and maybe you've been banking with them for a while, or you're just new and you come right in and try to apply, they won't ask for financials right up front. They don't typically do that. What they do is you'll get approved, for instance, and then they will ask for, a tax return or 2 years of tax returns, things like that. And also one thing to know about Chase is if you are in a community property state, all that means is, if you live in a community property state, your spouse legally has access to, or can have access up to 50% of your property assets, and that could be the business as well. So what Chase is going to do is they are going to require, if you get approved for a line of credit with them, that your spouse, if you're married, they have to sign off saying that they know that you're doing it. So that can get a little sticky for people's situation. That's something that you want to make sure if you are planning to apply for this line of credit. But outside of that, let's kind of get into the nitty gritty of the details here. So I think for most people, they do have a commercial line of credit as well. That is a bit harder to get. You definitely got to have some great financials to acquire something like this, because they're typically going from $500K and up on these commercial lines of credit. But, the regular Chase business line of credit, this is something that most people are going to be able to acquire. And this is where, like I'm telling people, like a lot of times people, they want to talk about no doc lines of credit, stuff like that. Banks are going away from that, guys. So what you really want to make sure you're doing is when you're getting business funding, make sure you're using it to actually grow and scale your business and get cash flow. Okay. Because once you get a year tax returns, and it doesn't have to be, your business made $1 million or 700,000, like it can even be 150,000 or 100,000, 200,000, like something like that. If you can get a tax return like that, you're going to be able to get way more business funding. Okay. So guys, don't be scared of financials. Okay. This is just the bank's way to prove that you're making what you say you make. Okay. And it doesn't have to be some crazy numbers. All right. That should be everybody's goal for this business funding, is to get it and actually turn a profit and get cash flow for yourself. All right. So with this line of credit, it goes from 10,000 all the way up to 500,000. They typically have a 5-year repayment term as well. This is unsecured, by the way, also. So that's something that is good. And typically, and this is most lines of credit, they're going to go a variable rate along with the prime, whatever the prime rate currently is. All right. So it's typically going to be like the prime rate plus 4% or the prime rate plus, whatever. So right now, you're basically going to get anywhere from like 8% to 13% on a line of credit currently. That's Chase business line of credit. Again, the most important thing is they are going to ask for tax returns. But I'm not saying, it's not impossible to get a no doc line of credit from Chase. If you have a great relationship and you're running a lot of money through there, your credit profiles optimized, all those good things, I'm not saying it's impossible, because it does happen from time to time. But for most people, they're gonna require a tax return. All right, just being super transparent on that. So that's something you want to make sure you are aware of if you want to get a line of credit from Chase. All right. Now listen, if all of this is just too much for you, maybe you already have a 680, 700 plus credit score, you just want to get a fast track solution and get, a custom funding strategy built out for you and get connected to people at these banks to help you get this stuff set up for you, go ahead and book a time below, and you can go ahead and hop on a call. We'll look at your business, see if it makes makes sense for us to work together and, you know, build you a custom funding strategy and get all this stuff set up and, you know, done for you. Okay. And this is an investment. It's not free, or, you know, it's not a percentage type of thing. There is an investment. So make sure you are aware of that and, you know, prepared to do that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Go ahead and smash that like button if you enjoyed everything you've seen today. Subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for notifications so you will be notified every time I drop a new video. And if you want to see the fastest path to 100K plus in business funding, learning how to really optimize your credit profile and attack all of these banks with just extreme efficiency, go ahead and watch the video that you see on the screen right now. It's a recent video I did where I get on my whiteboard and break down the fastest path to 100K plus, exactly what you need to do to have your credit profile optimized and ready to go for these banks. So click that video and I'll see you in that one.